Hi, my name's Sue Ellam and I'm a professional tarot reader and have been for 25 years now. And I'm using the Mythic Tarot, which are based on Greek mythology.
And I'm Carrie Beleno, intuitive Reiki master teacher, spiritual life coach. And question for today is, I feel bitter about a betrayal. Help me move past this feeling. So if you've watched any of our videos, especially even the one yesterday, I talked about how we are moving through stages in this ascension process, in this growth process. And part of the stages that we're moving through is disconnecting with people or energies that no longer serve us, that don't resonate with us any longer for whatever reason. And we create our reality. We create our life experiences, and people will argue with me about that. I have a feeling we'll end up doing a video shortly about creating your reality and what that means exactly. But I am a firm believer that everything that comes forward to us is for a purpose. It is because we have decided to experience it. So when you feel betrayed, you are in victim mode. When you feel betrayed, you are feeling disempowered. You feel as if that person did this to you. And I'm going to counter that with, no one can do anything to you unless you have called it forward and have subconsciously, spiritually agreed to it, agreed to experience it, so that you can have a reaction and choose your reaction from that. Choose your growth path from it. So the way to move past it is to understand that it happened for a purpose. It happened to be a catalyst for you to decide how you're going to grow and evolve from it, how you are going to emotionally process, integrate it, and then what you're going to do with that information after you're done processing, how you're going to grow, how you're going to apply it to your life, how you are going to create new, create consciously new, and stay out of victim mode. So moving through it, it's very important to understand and move past the victimhood mentality and see the energy behind the disconnect and why it matters to your growth and your ascension process moving forward. And this is a question that I actually assist a lot of clients with. So I'll put the plug in here. Should you need help with it, Sue and I are offering one-on-one sessions to help you move through and integrate these feelings of victimhood.
Yeah.
It's all yours.
Thank you. Okay. All right, we're starting off here with the Chariot. Now, the Chariot is about focus and discipline and not wasting your energy getting frustrated, angry, bitter about things that sometimes are out of your control. Because what it does, it means that you waste so much energy on things and you have depleted energy for the things that are really important. That's the trouble with bitterness and feelings of betrayal and stuff like that. It can become such a habit, and the more we dwell on it, we keep it alive in our hearts. It could have happened 10 years ago, but you wake up every morning and that's one of the first things you think about. So it's like the last 10 years of your life have become a blur because it's all been about that time that so-and-so betrayed you in whatever way. And the reality is you're not affecting that other person's life at all. It's only you that's suffering by holding on to the bitterness. So this is about being focused and disciplined on trying to make more of your life, to learn from the betrayal, to learn where maybe you didn't have boundaries, but also to be really upfront and honest with yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, did I do anything to warrant this? Was there anything that I did? Did we have a conversation about this? Maybe does the other person think that I betrayed them? Because it's usually not just one-sided. People, they're not, I mean, there are some people, but generally the people aren't serial betrayers. They will do that because there's something that's happened, which has instigated it. So you've got to be absolutely clear that there's nothing you've done as well which created this behavior in another person. So keep focused, keep disciplined, and be absolutely very, very clear about your own part of what happened. We have the Page of Pentacles, and it says it's time just to look after yourself. Listen to what start new hobbies, save some money, then go on holiday with it or something, or look after what you eat, look at your diet, your exercise, focus on something different. Make this your goal, to be as healthy on a material and physical level as you possibly can be. So change your focus, and because your focus is what you've done is you've allowed someone else to live in your head rent-free for however long it's been. Now get into your own head and live there yourself, instead of renting out your thoughts and your emotions. Because I bet you if you're tied up with betrayal, you won't have put so much of your effort into yourself in one way or another. Because you're, as I said, the Chariot before, because your emotions and your energies will be so scattered that it will be very hard to kind of focus on kind of one thing, because you haven't got the energy half the time. The Queen of Swords: only accept the best for yourself as well as the people you care about. So the best for yourself, is it the best for yourself being bitter and angry and upset? For sometimes people take this on. I've had clients that have got this going on for years, and they just hold grudges. Then they become ill, and they wonder why they have aches and pains. They wonder why they've got sometimes cancers. Yep. So it's all this blocked energy. Is that really the best that you want for yourself? Because I repeat what I said before, you're not hurting the other person, you are hurting yourself. So do you want that person, the story that you've got going on, as I said, whatever you've done to them, that's beside it. The story you've got going on is they betrayed you, and you really want to say, well, they betrayed me, they were a terrible person, they betrayed me, and I have let them ruin the last 10 years of my life. Do you really want that to be on your epitaph? Somebody betrayed you, and it wasn't this one betrayal, it was a lifetime of grudges and bitterness and maybe not trusting people and all these things. Is that really the best that you want for yourself and the people that love you as well? Do you want them to learn or feel worthless in comparison to this betrayal? Because this is what happens. You haven't got as much energy to focus on the people that you care about, or you focus on them in a, not a, and when I'm saying it, not in a pure way, because you don't have all the energy, you've got this kind of blinkers on. So you don't have everything that they need because this other person is there in the back of your mind, and that takes precedence. And I've known people that you can try and change the subject and always go back to, oh, well, you know, they took the tea service 20 years ago, or they took those chairs 30 years ago and they were meant to be mine. You know, there's different levels of what people call betrayal, but they will still remember it as though it was yesterday. And is that the best you have to offer for the people that love you? That's a question. The Seven of Pentacles here. You've got the opportunity of moving forward and leaving these things behind you. You don't have to live with this anymore. Sometimes people feel that if they walk away from the feelings about this betrayal, they've somehow let the other person off the hook. That they've kind of, oh, well, it means I've forgiven them and I can never forgive them. I don't want to give them that kind of courtesy. But I repeat for the third time, you're not hurting them, you're only hurting yourself. Mm-hmm. So are you going to hold on and live in this very uncomfortable and unhealthy place of bitterness and, as Carrie says, victimhood? Are you going to live in that, or are you going to say, there's more out there for me? There's a better life out there for me. It's not worth it. This is a life experience. People go through it. I will make sure that I never get caught like that again, or I will never give anybody the reason to betray me if I had anything to do with that, with their actions. But you have got this choice of moving away from it, and then it's the world. It's the end of an era. You'll have learned your lessons. You'll have passed your exams, and it's like, okay, here's the end of it. Chapter closed. Now I can get on with the rest of my life. And that person will have nothing, absolutely nothing to do with that. And they can become a distant memory. And some days you'll get to the point you can barely remember their name because you've taken your focus off them, and they're no longer the center of your universe. Those are the cards.
Well said. Great guidance. Thank you, Sue.
Pleasure. So if you'd like to subscribe and share, that would be much appreciated by both of us. If you happen to like our dealings and our handling of these quite pertinent questions and things that both Carrie and I have come across over the years. So we've, Carrie's put the questions together. I can't take credit for that because I prefer not to know what I'm going to be asked. So anyway, so please, share if you so like to, and it's a bye from me.
And we'll see you tomorrow.